What's up, Scorpio? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting June 23rd, 2025. Scorpio, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. Appreciate you. Deck I am using will be listed in the description box. Not reading any reversals, just going to cleanse the energies here from doing Libra's messages for the week. And we shall proceed to see what's coming up for Scorpio. All right, energies for Scorpio this week. What's the potential energy surrounding Scorpio for the week ahead? Energies for Scorpio. All right, here we go, Scorpio. First card in energy for you is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is still seeking financial independence, or you already are. I still regard that, ordained it as, being a big money card. So this is usually being rewarded or recognized for some energy that you put into efforts that you put into either at your physical job, and then the recognition comes through from your employer through any means of a promotion, pay raise, bonus money, or it could be outside of the workforce, and maybe there's something that you've done and worked hard on, outside of the work. Maybe it's, you worked on your own energies in terms of trying to improve yourself. But also, too, I read the Nine of Pentacles as spending and splurging. As always, if you have access to this type of money and you want to do some, purchasing for yourself or for others, you're to do so and not to feel guilty about it, because this is always the type of energy that comes through to remind you that you are deserving of something that you worked hard for. The Nine of Pentacles could also be spread out into many areas of your life in terms of other opportunities that may come your way. All right, so that's the Nine of Pentacles. Your money could be improving or is about to improve your financial status or your situation. Next up, we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords just simply means rest, relaxation, detachment, replenishment from those things that you have become attached to. So she's resting here, with her hand over her head. So it could be that there might be some mental energy building up. Maybe, following the Nine of Pentacles, maybe there was some stress related to having to deal with managers, supervisors, co-workers, and you just need to, push back. You need to pull back. For others, it could be planning future trips. Now, if we get any of the movement cards here, then of course, you are planning a trip and maybe taking that trip during this week's time. So, but in the meantime, reclaiming your independence and your happiness, doing something exclusively just for you, Scorpio, that doesn't involve any other person. All right, that's the Four of Swords. Up next is the Two of Wands, my only timing card. 2 days and 2 week period of time. What you're waiting for, who you're waiting for. You can see her standing there. She has a phone in her hand, so she could be waiting for a phone call. It could indicate a relationship that's slow moving or stagnant. It's the number 2. Could be trying to formulate ideals to put together for something to do in the future in terms of like a project or something like that. But because you don't have all the necessary resources or tools, you're just in that holding, you're in that, not spell. I didn't want to say spell. You're just in a holding period, okay? Formulating, gathering ideas, getting them ready. Now, the Ace of Wands is the opposite spectrum of the Two of Wands, and that means something coming in very, very fast, Scorpio, that may put a smile on your face, okay? This is the card of where you possibly may initiate some sort of beginning stages of some passion. So it could be a new relationship, romantic, right? But it also could be a creative pursuit or a hobby. Always a touch of element of surprise. Okay, with the Ace of Wands coming in very rapidly, very fast. Following the Ace of Wands, now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, there you go. The money is looking good. You got both the financial independent cards that I read, the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, and they mirror each other. So again, money looking strong. This could be a job offer, contract offer, anything related to business. You guys are good money handlers, know how to invest wisely. Again, this is the type of energy where how people may see you as being very dependable, reliable. Following the Knight of Pentacles, now we have the major arcana, the Hangman. Simply put, when it comes to any actions or decisions for you this week, Scorpio, just, take your time. This Hangman is always coming through to remind you that you don't have to rush through any actions or decisions, because if you do, you don't want to end up having to deal with any types of regrets. So this is why he's hanging upside down. He has all the time in the world to turn himself upside right. So there's things hanging in the balance, sitting on the fence, air suspension, that type of energy. Following the Hangman, now we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, two aces, first and foremost, very auspicious in terms of positive energy that may occur or happen for you. Holds the chalice, that's an offering. So the chalice could be, number one, it could be pregnancy news around you, someone giving birth. Underneath the Four of Swords, anytime the sword shows up with any pregnancy cards, that could mean that, someone undergoes cesarean section. May not be you, but somebody that you know. So childbirth, pregnancy news, job offer could be, the ace has the ability to bring together and formulate new platonic friendships as well as romantic partnerships. Ace of Cups also too is the card that you could be already benefiting from some sort of extension of dedication, love, and devotion from those people that are closest to you, family members, friends, romantic partners, as well as co-workers. Following the Ace of Cups, now we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, making sure that you are paying attention to your intuition, Scorpio, because there may be many things that are presented to you, and you always want to make sure that you are going to pick and choose what's going to be best for you, right? Seven of Cups, again, the dedication, devotion, love, being extended outwardly to you from others, the family, romantic partners, and friends. That would be the Seven of Cups. Following the Seven of Cups, now we have the major arcana, the Devil. So whenever the Devil is here, the Devil is always a reminder that there's some things that we need to bring up to the surface to discuss, Scorpio. And it could be your own bad habits. It could be any toxic relationships that you are attached to. Could be toxicity that you're dealing with in your home life. It could be your community. Could be your work life. Feeling chained and bound to this devil's energies because he's casting that energy out there. Something that we're doing repeatedly that is not good for us in the long term. This is unrequited love. If it's not you having to deal with any types of addictions, maybe it's the addictions that you have to those that are closest to you that may be affecting or impacting the relationship that you have. The drinking, the smoking, the gambling, could be sex, excess when it comes to, pornography. It could be obsession over something or someone, feeling like you're addicted in a relationship. FWBs, I always mention that. Friends with benefits. So the devil shows up here for you to be a reminder to identify what's going on with you that needs to be broken in terms of something that is cyclic you may be involved in. Next card up here for you, Scorpio, is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords here simply means he is faced in the past, going through the week, having to do something major. Not necessarily major. I always reserve that for the Queen and King of Swords. This is having to do some sort of take charge decision or an action, whether it's related to your past or not. Okay, this is always using moving forward steadfast, analytically, without being tripped or trumped up with your emotions. All right. So I'm pulling out the 20 card Lenomo deck again. This is your main spread of energy here. Last week I just felt that you guys couldn't really, even though I described the cards, couldn't really see it, but we have light this week. So yeah, let's see what is the additional messages here for Scorpio. So I'm doing the same thing, reading each card individually, and by the time I get all, I'm only throwing four cards down. Four cards down, I can, look at the cards and see whether or not I can pull together a story or a concept. Okay. Additional messages for Scorpio. First card in energy, we have the anchor. Okay, so I don't know if you guys received the anchor last week. There's only 20 cards in this deck. The anchor means a couple of things. For some of you, it could mean things are very, it could be your home life, it could be your work life. There's some sort of stability that is either occurring or is about to occur. It could also represent your home, a house, and then also could represent anything related to your past that you are stuck in the past. All right, that's the anchor. Next up is 18 is the clouds. Clouds is always about confusion, uncertainty, doubts, maybe throwing some sort of suspicions or fears in there. But it may be, something specific that's going on with you this week, maybe attached to the devil's energy or not. But there's a degree of uncertainty or something that's causing some sort of confusion that may cause some sort of confusion and question yourself, okay? But making sure that you are still paying attention to your intuition, trusting yourself that whatever goes on here, that you are always doing what's best for you. Up next is the heart. Yep. So the heart represents love, okay? Definitely represents like the moon in this deck, emotions. So it could be that you go through the week just feeling loving towards everyone, or you're receiving that energy from other people. Remember the Seven of Cups again, Ace of Cups, getting that dedication, devotion, and love from those people that are closest to you. Could also to indicate a new relationship. Okay. Last card I have for you, Scorpio, is okay. So we have the 17, the fox. Fox, several messages here. All right. First and foremost, the fox would represent being careful of anyone who is sly, slick, sneaky, cunning, non trustworthy around you. Right? So if I was going to create a story here, it could be that this could be a friendship, this could be a romantic partnership, that this person that you could be dealing with has a sneaky side to him. Okay? And this heart here will represent the love that you have for them. But also going back here to the clouds, that's the confusion, uncertainty that plagues this relationship. Now, like I said, it could be a romantic partnership, it could be a platonic friendship, or because the fox represents a job as well, it could be somebody in the workplace environment. But then we have the anchor. So it could be, again, family. It could be a romantic partner. It could be a roommate if you, have a roommate and you're living with a roommate. And I'm not necessarily saying that, but this is the concept in the story that I pulled together just from these four cards. There's a love that you have towards someone who's around you that's creating confusion, doubts, fears, uncertainty, right? That could be in the home, but they're slick, they're sly, they're cunning, and non-trustworthy. All right. So this is what I have for you this week, Scorpio. Always keep in mind, I'm just interpreting these messages here for you. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Always come back to get more of these messages from me. You guys have a safe, great week ahead, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.